I don't think he saw it yet. Because you're tall, you know?
I got my cat and dog just staring at me. Pretty cool.
I'm lost.
Yeah, one on each side.
Screw it.
I'm
Happy
in the
Friday, man.
John, the Phil and Jon Zone. I'm in the John, Phil and Jon Zone. I'm in the John.
Oh boy, folks.
Phil and
Oh
Jon
boy,
Zone.
what a night. What a night we have planned for you tonight. Epic adventures of Phil and John. John Stroud's and Phil Griffin. John Stroud's Phil Griffin.
Hey, that sounds bizarrely cool.
In the John, in the Phil and Jon Zone.
All right, folks. Friday, March 10th, 9 o'clock p.m. is the new time for Orange is the new time. 9 o'clock is the new orange, we'll call it tonight. Welcome back, Phil. Happy Friday, buddy. How you doing?
Happy Friday. Good, John. Good. Good to see you on a Friday. And
here we go. Okay.
It's a beautiful thing. Yeah. Little flurries outside of here where I'm living. A little cool, but I like the little snowflakes, and it's a beautiful thing.
Marshall joined twice. You got two Marshalls in the waiting room. We'll have him come in a little bit, though. We don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves.
Crenshaw and Tucker.
It's Friday night. Marshall Crenshaw band. Hey, can't you see? Can't you see what your Phil is doing to me? If you didn't notice tonight, the picture was of Waylon Jennings. Big Bird said he looks a little bit like me, and Waylon thinks Big Bird looks a little bit like Phil. So just for fun, I'm enjoying these plagiarized opening shots.
I do too. Thank you.
Yeah, it's Friday. I had to go out tonight to a little jazz ensemble to see the Milliken Jazz Ensemble play. It was pretty cool. Young kids in their college years, really in the prime of their in the prime of their being, because they're young but they like jazz music, and it's just cool to see these young kids playing this whole jazz. It's really good stuff from like 1959, and just it was a good show. It was a good show. It was a brew works, so they have just called Decatur Brew Works. So they have like 70 taps of all this fancy $6 and up beer. So I had a brown ale. It was good. It was delicious. I just had one. He tried to get me a second one. I said no, I don't want two. I just want one, and that's my game. So if you're tuned in tonight, we're gonna have a guest here in a little bit. But he's in the waiting room, so we're gonna keep him in there for a little bit.
Yep.
I sent a little message here. Okay, I didn't really explain to him the format of the show where we talk and we do stuff before we get the show started. So he's brand new. There's two of them though. That's pretty cool. I'm gonna admit both of them when he comes in. See if he has two devices shooting him in. I told him that I got to share this. I'm lost. It's 9 o'clock. I shouldn't have had the beer before the show. Maybe.
Yeah, you should have. You should have been prepared. No,
I think that was being prepared. Maybe a little bit.
You are prepared.
But the jazz band was super fantastic, and like I said, the kid that was playing lead trumpet was a young man who basically I watched grow up for like many years, and how he's all of a sudden he's still playing jazz. He plays guitar now too, and it's just good to see kids, getting better at what they do and sticking with good music. And give me just a second to share this a few times, and we're gonna share it all over the place tonight, because what the hell? Share it in Deadhead Story. Share it in the Shithouse Wire.
Share it
if you care. If you're there, share it. Let's see how many people get watching the show tonight. See what kind of reaction we can get from these Friday night homebodies.
Yeah. Be a mechanic, be a musician, be an artist. I think you're gonna go places.
Depends on how you do it. I mean, you could go places, or you could stay at home and do it. Now the internet will let you stay home and go places.
Yeah, you can sit there and do this. What the hell are we doing? Gee.
I was trying to explain this to somebody tonight who had never seen it, and I said, 147 weeks. My buddy and me, Phil, we started doing it during COVID, and everybody was hanging out with us, and then they needed us, and now that COVID's over, we're just doing it because the hell of it. I guess we're just doing it.
I guess
already getting some good check-ins. We got Kristin Glenn McGlasson and Chad Balling coming in the room tonight early, and hopefully we're seeing our good friend Jeffrey Blackman tonight. We're going to see my guest tonight is going to be a fellow by the name of Marshall Ingrassia. He's a local music promoter and musician from the Alton, Illinois area. We'll bring him in a little bit. We can't get ahead of ourselves. We'll show some art and get high and stuff, and then we'll bring him in if we're good and loaded, so. But in the long run, we're here. It's Friday. It feels pretty good to be a Friday finally. I mean, it was a hell of a week.
It is.
All that artwork I shared earlier, I've done a lot this week.
Oh.
I
Yeah.
was busy guy this week doing.
Yeah, I just I'm stressed. I had a long day at work today, so
Kind of what it sounds like, and we're gonna hopefully gonna
I'm really
remedy
stressed.
that a little bit by playing
Bad
talk
day.
show.
I'm gonna have a good evening, so I didn't mean to bring it up. So if
Yeah, we'll share it Billy String's friends and family too. What the hell? Let's just share it all over the place.
what the hell?
Share it to groups, share it to the record collectors, share it to your grandma. Tell grandma if she's in the other room to get off the pot and come and hang out with us. Because grandma's been smoking too much pot lately. It's this thing that's starting to happen in Illinois, this a trend, we'll call it. Grandma's getting stoned. Go figure. Hey, to more the merrier, to each their own, and I come all this way, did all this work today, got here, doing the show, got the artwork put together, finished my job at work, finished my job at home, went and saw Jazz, and I don't have a lighter.
That's the funky thing. Yeah.
So I think
John,
it's
here.
in the next room. Oh,
Got it.
oh, thanks. Here, thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
I got this lighter, but it's nope, it ain't gonna
No.
work.
No.
It's missing all the parts. Because I tried to take 2 lighters apart to make one good lighter earlier, but the pieces weren't compatible.
There was a name for that back in the day.
Mickey Mouse in it.
Nah, I can't say it.
We won't say it on the show. Thank you. But you'll see. Okay, Jeffrey Blackman, good to see you, buddy. Good to see you out there, everybody who's checking.
California Kid.
This is the yo hour. This is 9 o'clock. This is when the real heat comes on. The real stuff starts to happen after, if we would do the show at 4 o'clock, it'd take us 5 hours to get here. And by that time, we'd be so sick and tired of the ABC game that we'd be logging out as quickly as possible. But tonight we're here for late night Friday night special. Amy, how are you?
Oh, hi.
Amy's off camera over there if you want to say hi to everybody.
Barking, bark, 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 bark.
Check my Festi box, Sheila Jones
Good
says.
job.
Oh, there is a lighter in my Festi box, but it's out in the car. In case of emergency only. Do you have a lighter?
I used that Festi box up already, man. That came in handy so many times.
You've already used everything in the box. I don't think it's in
Well, I
that much.
split it up, man. I put it in my brown.
I did see a post today that because our friend Sheila's checking in right now, Whitaker, and I heard that old Toddy Whitaker is hanging out with her for a little while, helping her do some stuff around the house. So I gave him a hard time today about finding his mom and stuff because we love our friend Todd Whitaker. Hopefully he's out there watching tonight, being part of this.
He got a 4-pack for his birthday.
Oh, 4-pack of lighters. That's what when you ask for a lighter and you get the whole 4-pack.
Holy crap! I want one.
These are Patrick's birthday lighters, so don't.
Huh. No lighter is childproof. There's no substitute for proper adult supervision. Hear that, Tom Harmon?
No, he don't listen.
If you're watching Tom Harmon, remember, lighters are not toys. I seen him standing in front of the Circle K saying fire, 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 and lighting it.
Yeah, and Tom, take care of your phone. All right.
I'll pick randomly. I got it looks like a lotus flower. Lotus flower Bic. Trying to use these other lighters that are refillable and recyclable, but they die after a while and they don't work after they get crunchy and crusty. So I'm still having to destroy the environment with plastic lighters. But Todd Whitaker says party and Sheila says hi Amy, hugs. That's awesome. Thanks for checking in, folks. Doing the show live tonight from the John Griffin Art Studio. First time ever. Oh no, this is not the first time ever.
It's okay.
147th time we've done the show.
Yeah.
We've done at least 150 shows because we've done multiple shows on single weekends. But today being 147, we're pretty proud of ourselves for getting this far. Let's just say.
It was a motivational thing to do something instead of being lazy is not the right word, but it was, I mean, we've chatted with you and me. Well, I don't care how many viewers or people we've had, the musicians we've had, and the people who watch us. That's what makes it. It's more, I don't know. I enjoy it. So it's not
Good. That's why we do it. We don't do it for big bucks or popularity or fame or new toupees or anything like that. We do it for the fact that we can do it, And so you say, did you pick out some art, or are you gonna try to procure some if I get ready to start the five section? We're gonna call it the 5 section because it's 5 pieces of art tonight.
Oh, I picked out something off a wall. It's some kind of art, but yes, I got it.
Okay, all right. Well, I just want to make sure before we get the music going. It's normally we do 5 records, but we're kind of, after 140 shows. Okay, let's just call it 150 shows. Let's call it 140 shows times 5
No, 140
times 10. That's 1,400 records. 1,400 records we've shown. So lately we've been kind of
Coors Light.
tampering away from the records, even though I got a bunch of records in the background, all the records I worked on with Todd.
I was gonna say that Todd's up there. All right.
These 3 records are ones that I produced the album cover for, and luckily I'm working on another one for Todd right now. And we're working on 2 records for the Band of Heathens right now. Getting ready to release 2 different records for the Band of Heathens. I'm not. I mean, I just do the artwork. I get a little stipend, but then they release it. They get all they get to go on tour and play the songs, and I'll just be the guy on the album cover where it says artwork by John Griffin. But this week was an intense week for artwork and for new drawings and new things that happened. So I thought I would show off a couple things that are they're fresh. Well, these aren't fresh at all. These are old, actually. Never mind. This is my friend Dan Rogers. If you've ever met Dan, this doesn't even look like him now that I look at it, but it's him. The right colors. You get white beard, white hair. My friend Dan Rogers. I've been drawing my friends this week. I got back into a kick of drawing the cartoon characters, and it turned out to be a pretty good week for that. So, no Hartford Fest this year. Normally I'd be working my ass off for the Hartford Fest, and then there would be and there's none of that.
That's a sad subject. Yes.
Major withdrawal in my year of income and fun that I get to have. But there's a lot of good stuff coming up. They announced Cave Fest today, and in Tennessee they announced they announced a ton of stuff, and I'm not seeing a lot of stuff I can't miss. There's some stuff I won't be able to go to probably, but that's okay. Everybody asked where Billy Strings was at. Why isn't Billy Strings been on the show yet? And I said, because he won a Grammy and he saw jazz. What's it say? I saw jazz still on there for. Huh. Anyway,
if we really tried, we probably could. I think if we really, really tried in ins and outs of each of us knowing him in a roundabout way, and if we really, we could, yeah.
Like if we really want to get Todd Snyder on the show, he would come on the show. No.
Well, no, he doesn't know me, but Billy, I don't know him, but he knows I'm the record, whatever.
He knows who we are. He was going to be on the show.
Right.
We had him lined up. I can show you the emails where I had him lined up for the show.
I mean, it's a but
he gets all these big gigs. He gets all these big shows. Maybe I'll ask him right now. What the hell?
Okay. Was that your piece of artwork? My turn?
Yeah.
All right. I don't know. Off the wall of the office, an old Frog Leg album that I did.
At Driftless.
Yeah, Driftless Gardens, which I've never been to, and they have a great festival coming up. Yeah. Laura went there, and I gave her 5 albums, and Tim, who runs it, Tim, great lineup this year. Tim Locklear, from People Brothers Band, kind of runs Driftless Gardens. Great lineup this year. Great lineup with Salmon and Railroad, and
yeah, I saw that. It looks pretty fantastic. I thought Billy Strings was not list, but he's not. So I kind of looked at. I glanced over. I've been glancing over so many lists lately.
Yeah, he's probably picking with Sam Bush or somebody. I don't know.
From McCurry's to from Delfest to Summer Camp to Sugar Creeks to Happy Trails to all these different things. I've been looking over so many lists that it's confusing to see what bands are where. And sometimes I'll even go to a festival. Like I went to Blue Ox last year, and after I got there, I was like, "Who's playing?"
And you've done that to me a lot of time. Yeah.
Didn't know the Punch Brothers were playing. Didn't know that Bluegrass Heart was playing. I mean, I just really did not do the research, man, on that. Didn't do the math. So I like that. I like to be surprised though a little bit. So for me, I'll do the next piece of art there. This is a piece of art from hold on, I can't see myself. There we go. This is from a place called the Big Rock Candy Mountain in Missouri, Illinois. No, in Missouri, USA. and it's down in near Arkansas, on the way to Arkansas, and it's a place called the Big Rock Candy Mountain. They're doing a really great thing there with Cluster Pluck this year, and they do a big revival every year, and this was for the revival last year. There's stacks of these drawings, you guys. There's stacks of these drawings. You send me $50, I'll send you a couple drawings for just for the hell of it. If you want some art, because I'm just showing black and white stuff tonight.
All right. Here's a photo of my of John Till for my friend Tom Harmon. That gave me years
Remember when
ago.
Tom Harmon photography was going big, man. When he was really doing a lot
A
of
piece
pictures.
of art that hangs on the wall in the office. Thanks, Tom.
Here's a picture of a naked unicorn, which most of them are naked, riding a bicycle, going to bowling practice. Because every now and then you need to draw a unicorn on a bicycle going to the bowling alley. It was for Jordan Daniels bowling team shirts. So I never saw the shirts. I want one of these shirts.
What instrument did he play?
He plays the keyboards. The Wurlitzer, the him, and the Leslie.
Oh, that's pretty wild. Okay.
Tickle in the Ivories, we'll call it. Who?
Right.
You mean the unicorn or Jordan?
Jordan, okay, check this one out, brother. Here's my next piece of art. Jordan Daniels playing the keyboards.
Nice. How's that work out?
Dude,
That's pretty cool.
it's pretty dope. Another
It's
piece.
interesting. Like some drawings, I know exactly what they were used for. I got this drawing here,
Okay.
and I don't know. It doesn't apply to any actual band that I've ever seen. It's pretty fun. I don't remember what I
What'd
did.
you say?
It's pretty fun. Nick Biano sent me a message this morning and said, "What's that phrase Phil doesn't like?"
You just said it, John.
But I it's for something out there. It's for a poster I did for a festival or an event or band. But I don't think it's a picture of the actual musicians. I think it was just some crazy musicians I came up with on my own. So the six-fingered men, I call them, playing their banjos and their hootenannies and their washboards and tubs and things like that. So, you know, that's a piece of art that I forget what it's even for. It's probably something awesome. I feel bad if I'm, you know, exactly. So, yeah. Feel bad if I forgot who you were when I drew the picture for you, because there's so many pictures, it gets lost in translations.
I like that word. Here's one of my favorite three-piece bands that play. I do believe they're from North Carolina. Off the Wall, John Stickley Trio, great band. I do believe they have a new CD release coming up. So John Stickley Trio. These are all
Really
off
good
the
band.
office.
Amazing, fantastic experience. Go see John Steely Trio. You don't.
Unbelievable. I mesmerizing.
It really doesn't matter where you're at or who you're seeing. You'll be blown away by that band. You won't understand what they're doing. It's not jazz. It's not rock. It's not bluegrass. It's a drummer, a violin, and a guitar. All three of
Billy Strings-ish. You know,
all three musicians are absolutely fantastic musicians too. You can't find a better picker. I mean, Billy Strings-ish, but I would say even that John Stickley might have like a couple steps outside of Billy Strings genre that he plays that are just damn, you know.
They're my friend. Here, I mean, Lindsay, Hunter, and John.
Yeah. And he's a John just like me, Jon. This is a drawing I did for Cave Fest last year. They didn't like. They didn't use it. Some of the saddest things that I do sometimes are pieces of work that I put a lot of work and effort and love into, and they don't understand them. They don't take the time to, when I do something that's too complicated, people can't take the time to really pay attention to what's actually going on in the background and what's going on in these places. And we ended up scrapping this whole drawing for a drawing that was so intensely simple that we so yeah, thank you very much, Chad, for correcting the way he spells his name. It's Jon. You'll get it right, buddy. But that's my drawing for last year's Cave Fest. Now this year's Cave Fest drawing is
spelled wrong.
But I don't remember what I did with it exactly. It's around here somewhere though. But I did a bunch of drawing. This is a drawing of a
just leave the oven on.
Wiggle
Wings in there.
plays a
upside
thing.
down.
There's
No, they're fine.
I could go on for days. You want to see like 100,000 drawings?
Okay.
I don't even know. Like,
100,000? No.
There's Teresa, Madonna Risa. This is Matt Gattikin and Jim Heaney. There's an actual Donna Rusk himself. Here's some art from an old Frankfurt poster. Here's an art from an old poster at my house. You talk about piles of drawings that are like dog piled over here.
You should mini frame them and people would buy that because that's pretty awesome stuff, like the black and white stuff, which I enjoy.
Maybe someday.
That last
Maybe
piece of
someday
art,
that'll happen.
and then you can, it's a photo of this is early days of Phil and Laura at a show at Hideout Block Party, and the band was Rat-a-tat-tat out of France, a big, huge monster band. And it was one of the best festivals I've ever been to in my life. The Hideout Block Party with all bands, but that photo, I grabbed a piece of artwork, and there's a bunch more in the office. So
Nice. Well, 5 records, or call it what you will, 5 pieces of art. I need a Far Side in there. I love the Far Side.
Far Side, that's a bland word like fun. Far Side.
Tommy Ryan is checking in. Looks like one of our Sterling sons. Man, Tom Ryan, man, that's good to hear you. I haven't seen you on there for a long man. We haven't worked together for like 5 years, Tommy. That's pretty cool to see you pop in on the show. Wow, that just made my night, man. Looking up over at the comments and seeing Tommy Ryan's over there.
Right on.
He sent me a great Zippo one time. I did some artwork for his festival, and he sent me a Zippo with the artwork on it. Not like a regular Zippo, but like an old fashioned one with the top flips up. It was so nice. It's in my museum right now, though. It's specialized.
You have a
specialized
museum?
collection. I have at least 4 museums in the house. These are just places that I keep stuff. So like, you know, you got like a shelf in your house where stuff just keeps getting set on the shelf, and then after a while it becomes a museum. I call them museums because after a while you have a whole myriad of 100 little things on the shelf that you couldn't have just went and picked out and put up there. Has to happen over time, you know, like there's a couple Hot Wheels cars, there's a bottle of whiskey we finished, and there's a candle, and there's a meerschaum pipe carving kit.
I don't have any of that stuff, Jeff.
Star Wars characters, and so that's in part of a museum in my house. I have multiple museums. You should have museums in your house, I think. And Tom Ryan's lighter is in one of my museums. But really good to see you out there, Sterling, man. That's cool. From Sterling, New York, chiming in tonight. So that's upstate New York, Phil. That we're reaching out to. So think about Syracuse area. That's where they're from.
Yeah, I'm intrigued by the East Coast, which I've never been to, in upper, you know, there's farmland up there in Buffalo and all, you know, I'm being, but upstate New York, right outside New York, where, you know, other farmers and rich people live in. I'm intrigued by that culture there. It's kind of seclusive.
Like it's away from the city. It's but it's near a big
It's
city.
not far, you know.
Nice.
But yeah, at my cooking shows, and you know, upstate New York, they're grilling and they have a dairy farm, and they're cooking great beef, and it's not that far from New York, so that's, you know, more of that. So
Man, that's crazy. So I was just thinking about bringing our guest in, but there's a possibility of a second guest tonight if we can talk him into it. Jeffrey Lee Stannard's on there too. Jeffrey Lee, what's up, buddy? It's nice tonight, man. Friday night, everybody's home. This is crazy. You must be like, what are we all doing? Are we all getting old? We're all home on a Friday night. Maybe we all haven't gone out yet. Jeffrey's in different time zone. He might be able to go out later. But Jeffrey,
maybe they're just waking up and ready to go out.
I'm gonna try to admit both of Marshall's things. I think he's only actually got. Oh, he's got 2. So it says you have two angles, Marshall. We may have to reduce that to 1. Let's see which one works the best.
All right.
Great Beef, another great band name. Somebody says Great Beef. We are Great Beef. Hello, Cleveland.
Hey,
Well, you have
Marshall.
2 connections. I'm gonna
What's
pull one of your
up?
connections out.
can you hear me?
Both.
Yep.
You're in there twice. Now you're only in there once. All right, Marshall. What's up,
Sweet.
buddy?
All good. What's up, guys?
How much? Phil,
Marshall.
this is my good friend Marshall Ingrassia from Alton area, Illinois, where I met him at. We do a lot of fun things together. We just got done doing an event not too long ago together, actually, called the Jamming at the Springs. And this crazy haunted ass building. Didn't feel as haunted this year as the time when we went and explored it, but it was still felt pretty haunted.
Yeah, that's an awesome room.
There's literally like a room you walked into and the temperature went down like 20 degrees.
Oh yeah.
From room to room, the temperature changes like incredibly. That could be air conditioning issues too, but the idea was we had a really good time. We had some great music this year, amazing lineup of people from Cornfish to Cluster Plug to One Way Traffic to some really great stuff. To Cold
Yeah,
Ball.
thanks for being involved.
Yeah, definitely, man. So what are you up to tonight, Marshall?
Oh, just hanging out and enjoying my Friday evening. My wife went out with some of her girls, and I was home with my son, and we went grocery shopping and did dinner and had kind of a guys' night. And
Nice.
he's sleeping now, so
He's like about a year old, isn't he?
he'll be 2 in like 3 weeks.
Okay, 2-year-old
Yeah.
guy, man. He's pretty cool. I
Yeah,
got to meet him. I got to meet him briefly at the suite we did recently.
yeah. Angela is awesome, man.
So you've been playing with Colt Ball on the regular now, or are you kind of, or is that just a temporary thing? Because you played with Colt Ball when I saw him the last time.
Yeah, no, as of now, that's my like my main squeeze right now musically. I'm playing with Colt as much as I can. He is a super busy dude, and I know he's gonna probably keep doing his live looping thing because that's kind of his bread and butter, but he needed a live band for some of the bigger festivals and some of the bigger venues. So I was happy to be able to get in there and play some music with him.
We he was on our show just after we did the Jam of the Springs, a couple weeks after Jam of the Springs. Like I reached out to him, had him on the show, did a little picture of him. I'm Colt Ball, man.
That's cool, man. Oh,
So he I did that at Jamming on the Springs. Actually, is where I drew this picture.
yeah.
We were out there
I
making
like
art.
a little
And stuff.
art show too, leading up to right now. That was cool.
Normally we show 5 records, but we're kind of getting burnt on our record collection. We'll come back to that in a few weeks and start showing them again from the beginning.
What do you
Yeah.
think it's good? Okay, good.
What were you gonna say, Phil?
No, nothing. I was going to say that I might have met Marshall. He looks familiar. I probably have.
He's an Eastern Illinois groover. I've seen a lot of Eastern Southern Illinois stuff where I've seen him at. We done things with were you a part of Trinity River back when I did that? You were there maybe?
I was there.
We did Trinity River, and then does a thing called Happy Trails, and that's turned into a
Happy Trails
camping festival. Yeah, it's coming up, man. It's got a it's got a killer lineup. Have you released that? Have you released that artwork yet? Have you shown that people?
Yeah, the artwork's out, the lineups dropped. I have a handful of artists I'll actually be sending your way. I got a few more that we're putting on the bill.
Nice, good.
And then we'll release the vendors. And I actually haven't even started on the vendors yet. Like I've got everybody and their mom messaging me asking, is the vendor form out? Is the vendor form out? But yeah, vendors will be next.
Let's look at this list. It's actually really good, Phil. It's a good looking list. Chicago Farmer and the Field Notes, One Way Traffic, Colt Ball and Friends, Fleetwood and Family. I don't know if you've ever seen them. That's a great act. Billy Nelson, incredible. Kirkos, I just saw them for the first time at the conservatory after the Jam in the Springs that night. That was really good.
Yeah.
But a lot of good music. Justice and Experience. Our good buddy Dean Justice is going to be there. That's always good to see.
My birthday's the 31st, so I don't.
July. Now, you have to spread out. You have to spread yourself too thin.
We'll talk about it. Yeah.
Don't talk about it. Is that what you said?
No, I said we'll talk about it. You know,
That's
what our show's about. Promoting music and music festivals and musicians and art. That's what we're about. Even though we can't go or make it, this is what it's about. This is how it was adopted from day one, that we want to talk about music and art, and that's what it's about. So
Phil, I really dig that porcelain Christmas tree back there.
And see, you think people weren't going to see your trees, dude, and that was, you were worried about that when we were doing
hey, Marshall, we still haven't taken down our Christmas trees, so we still got them up.
No, I play music with another buddy of mine, and he has a friend. He has a song called Tchotchke, and
Tchotchke, that's our house.
yeah, no, that's his house too. Like the dude's house, like he's got like little museums everywhere. Like John, you know Austin Bourbon, you've met him a couple times. He's awesome. But yeah, he's got a song called Tchotchke, and I insisted when there's like a part of the song where he's naming off different tchotchkes around his house. And I insisted that he throws in a porcelain Christmas tree from 1970.
Oh,
Nice.
We have a lot. Oh yeah.
I call them museums because it's just because we acquire stuff. As you get older and you live longer in the same place, you have to find a place for these things. I mean, my desk is kind of a museum. There's like probably 1,000 items right here on my desk.
Yeah,
I wouldn't it's probably 1,000 things
behind me there. That's kind of my little shelf of goodies from shows and stuff.
See, so it's just something that happens in life, and if
Porcelain trees. Someone's sweating bullets behind me over there. Going, oh,
every now and then, like I'll go into one of my museums, I call them, and like kind of look at it and think about, because each thing has a memory. Each thing is tied to something that your brain remembers or your brain did, So
Yeah.
hey, Leah Osborne, how you doing out there, Leah? Leah says Marshall exclamation point.
as I get older, I want no more tchotchkes though. But they're cool.
I'm
And
looking
if it
forward to
helped,
the Yonder Eats out at Happy Trails. That shit is dank.
we just finished. I helped get their album put to template today for or this last week for One Way Traffic, because they're going to release a new album coming out pretty soon. Those guys are on fire.
I can't wait. I can't wait for the album release show at the
As far
Rock
as
House.
producing new music and producing new just great stuff, and just progressing, I guess is the best way to put it, because they've progressed a lot since they first started playing together.
They get better and better every time I see them play too. Like that last time I seen them at Jamming at the Springs, like man, like they kind of I found myself like caught in a trance there a few times, just like.
What band was that? I'm sorry, I was
One Way Traffic. And now
okay.
Leah used to play we met her through Cluster Plug. She was playing Washboard
Yeah.
a little bit, but she had a whole voice of her own.
Right.
And she started to produce she started playing the ukulele and producing and singing more songs, and turning this whole project. And then out of
But I
that,
like
kind
the
of,
way
it seems like out of that
Marshall-
grew One Way Traffic. We'll interview you another time, Leah. Thanks for watching tonight. I'm glad you're out there. I can't talk about it all night, but it's really good stuff. One Way Traffic.
Oh yeah.
Cool. Probably playing my birthday party, Also,
When's your birthday?
June 16th and 17th. I won't officially talk about the location.
It is
direct,
John's 50th birthday party.
because it's kind of a private party, but you can be invited if you show interest. You're welcome to come. It's what rhymes with tchotchke? That's what somebody just asked. Donna Rest asked, what rhymes with tchotchke?
I don't want to hear that word tchotchke, even though I have tons of them.
What rhymes with tchotchke though? Hotchke, tchotchke, tchotchke, hotchke, tchotchke, tchotchke.
Crotchke.
Crotchke.
Making stuff up.
That's the key to a chastity belt, the crotch key. Is it really that tough of a joke to get?
No, I'm having a sideshow right behind the camera, so
Okay.
Come on,
Anyway, we wanted to just bring you on the show and talk a little bit about the Happy Trails thing coming up and what you've been up to and what you're doing, and just if you have any good anecdotes or ideas or content for the show, we welcome it.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I could give you a tour of my jam room. We could talk Happy Trails further. Yeah, I mean, I'm down for whatever.
Okay.
Phil likes tours. I see artwork back on the wall that I recognize.
Yeah,
You can do it.
I'm a bass player by nature. I'm not a front man, so but as
All
far
right. I'm taking a 3-minute break.
Yes, here we go. It feels like I'm out. Yeah, that's
I gotta pee, man. I'm an old man.
Schlotsky's Deli. Schlotsky's.
Yeah. You painted this one live at
Yeah,
Happy.
that's the Happy Trails, or was
Yep.
it called Happy Trails then? But it was at the Springs. 'Cause then we
Yeah,
had
it was
Trails.
Happy. Yeah, that was Happy Trails before it moved to down to Willow. So, and then I do want to show this other one off over here. My buddy Corbin did this. This is like, I absolutely love this, man.
That is cool.
Yeah, it's a great piece.
We're working on a song about tchotchkes just in the comments. We're going to go to Schlotsky's Deli we're going to turn the crotch key and we're going to get some tchotchkes. Everybody's
There
talking
you
about tchotchke. That's great.
Yeah.
Tchotchkes. Chunky's Belly. Okay.
Yeah,
Chunky.
I'm looking forward to the festival season. We've got a lot of cool stuff coming up. We won that Battle of the Bands. We're going to be down at Backwoods, and that's going to be a super dank show. And a bunch of our friends are also going to be playing that show too. So it'll be a good
There's
time.
the list for Backwoods is actually pretty fantastic. That's a good one. Yeah. I didn't do the art for that, or I'd share it, but it's something that we I don't know, pretty neat stuff. That's impressive. That's really good. I know when I've seen you play bass when you were Stone Sugar Shakedown, I think we were out at Willow Springs. No, we weren't at Willow Springs. We were at the
VFW
hall, and you guys did like a Grateful Dead show that night.
Mm-hmm.
Man, it felt really good, and then you could just tell you were feeling it. It was I still see your face in this one position where you were just like.
Dude, thank you so much. No, I really love playing Grateful Dead music. We just did the Super Jam last weekend at the conservatory, and It was me and some of the guys I used to jam with in Stone Sugar and some of the Fleetwood and Family guys and a few people, but just get together and play the music that we love, you know. And like a bunch of guys don't really get to play with each other a whole lot because we're busy with like other projects.
Yeah.
So.
The town of Alton has a real nice little bar called the Conservatory, and it's a really nice place. Got a ton of great art from our friend Snyder, Mike Snyder, and some really amazing big pieces he has, and he's got quite installation there. So you got to show me that when we were up there. That was really neat. So
Yeah.
that place was really nice place. And Alton is a historic river town at the convergence of the rivers. Three rivers, two rivers, three rivers.
It's three
Rivers that converge into the Mississippi, right? Or
Yeah,
the Mississippi's one of them.
It's the Mississippi, the Illinois, and the Missouri.
I just wonder, like, how'd that happen where you ended up with both those rivers came together right there, and it's a beautiful place. If you're from Illinois and you've never been to the Grafton or Alton area, it's something you really ought to see before you
Yeah,
go.
it's a super beautiful town. We have the river road, you know, that goes up to Grafton. It's a super beautiful drive. That river road's actually one of the reasons that I moved up to this area. I just was always drawn to the bluffs and like the woods, and I'm into artifact hunting too, and like just the whole like Madison, St. Clair County area is killer for it. So
You were showing some artifacts that you had gathered that you had found. Last summer I was talking with a guy, and he was kind of collecting rocks, and he was doing ceramics and stuff, and we did some trading, and I gave him a coloring book or something. He gave me a stone, and when he gave me the stone, he expressed that the stone was a tool. I don't have that actual stone; it's in my car right now. And it was a small little like stone that was curved, and it was like a scraping tool. He said that he would scrape things with. And when I saw it and I looked at it, and I pick up a lot of rocks just because I like rocks. I find interesting rocks in the river, and I realized that I had a much larger one at home that I'm pretty sure is the same tool. Now, see that? And the one he gave me was some sort of a scraping tool. He said where they scrape things with it, or they scrape anyway. I just thought it was cool.
Yeah.
And this was a rock that I picked up out of the river that I just thought was a cool rock, and turns out might be an actual artifact.
yeah, that's pretty cool. It's hard to tell from my computer screen if there's
Yeah,
like
I'd have to show it to you in your hand, but like this whole side's been finished kind of. And then it's been cut. Like there's definitely places where it's been hit, but it's been in a river too. So you've got something that was an artifact that was in the water for a long time.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe, you know, I don't know. I just thought it was cool. And it matched the other stone that he handed me. And I was like, well, that's really interesting. I love rocks. I pick up rocks just because they're rocks. And then if one turns out to be special for some reason, that's pretty cool too. You know, you never know. But your rocks, you're doing like these crazy arrowheads and amazing stones that you're finding. Now that's obviously a very populated area of Native Americans back in the day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I kind of started just picking up rocks like you were saying, just hiking creeks, and eventually started, you know, seeing artifacts. And I've been doing it for over 15 years now, and it never loses its edge. Like every time, like you could be walking a creek for hours and not seeing anything, and then like all of a sudden, amongst like all the other just regular gravel, like bam, like one of those is just laying there, and it's just like it never gets old. It's just like wow. And then you're like the first person in thousands of years to like see that rock and like
Touch that, yeah, and experience it, yeah.
It's cool.
That is neat. Ben Laskoff, good to see you out there. Haven't seen you in a long time, Ben. Another painter friend of mine. He says, watch these three fleas botch the Shotsky's porcelain trees.
There you go.
So we're talking, we're getting into some on a bended knee. Slotsky, watch me. Shotsky's belly, Slotsky's deli. So yeah, it's possible. What he was saying is true. You can write a song about tchotchkes and it works. Chicago Farmer has a great new song called Mattress. And the whole idea was that they were trying to think the weirdest word to put into a song, or as the song title, mattress. And it turned out to be a really great song about a mattress on the side of the road. If you ever see Chicago Farmer, make sure he plays Mattress and gets the whole place singing it. It's an incredible songwriting. I'm definitely like super intrigued with songwriting in general. And when somebody does something creative with something so simple and then it makes the crowd move, that's incredible. And Cody, Chicago Farmer has that definitely going for him, you know.
Yeah, I'm super stoked to have him at Happy Trails. First time I seen him at a Framley Fest. It was just him solo, and his set was just so captivating, and like he was like telling stories, and like it was like emotional and raw and happy, and like sad. Like there was
He can hold the crowd with 3 or 4 chords and tell you and talk to you all night, and everybody be singing by the end of the song. He even with all of his fans, he'll come out with a brand new song, bring it to us, and in the third chorus, we're all singing. We have to. We're farmer heads. I don't know what you'd call that. Farm hands. Farm hands might be the best term for it.
I like that farm.
The farm hands would be it. Maybe that's a new shirt coming out. Everybody's checking in tonight. Jeffrey Blackman, Cozy Treeman, Jake Knobby. Good to see all you guys. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And people I haven't seen in a long time. Really wonderful to see people checking in on the show. I think having it on later because we used to do it at 4 o'clock, like we had this talk earlier, and 4 o'clock on Friday was really great during COVID because we were all so tired of each other by the 4 o'clock on Friday that we had to do something else. So the show, but now that it's not COVID, 9 o'clock is working. It's getting a better crowd. This is good, Anyway,
Yeah.
There's no rule to the show really. Actually, Chris, I was trying to bring that up in a second. We are all going to the castle on Friday. At least I am. Chicago Farmers doing a St. Patrick's Day show at the Castle Theater in Bloomington this Friday, and it's also my friend Ireland's birthday. Who Ireland was born on St. Patrick's Day, and her name is Ireland. Figure that out. That's pretty cool.
Nice.
And it's also my wife's birthday weekend too, so we'll all be at the castle next Friday. Yeah, definitely. Where are you playing at coming up, Marshall?
I have a show with Colt coming up April 6th at Central Stage in St. Louis. We're going to be opening up for a touring band called Bear Fuzz.
Nice.
So that'll be cool. That'll be my first time playing that stage. I'm looking forward to it. And then we have Backwoods pretty much right after that, and then Grateful Fest right after that, with like literally the next weekend.
That's awesome.
Several festivals this year. To be honest, I don't have the calendar in front of me. I'd have to get it out to get them all. But then we have Happy Trails coming up in July.
Mm-hmm.
Good time.
Yeah. We what were you gonna say, Phil?
No, I'm outside with my dog, and we have a possum issue and a hawk and raccoons. So even though our yard's fenced in, it's kind of.
I would say your dog is probably the size or smaller than a raccoon. A little bit longer legs.
It's yeah. I'm not overprotective, but it's crazy, Chester. Yeah.
What kind of little dog you got?
We got a 14-pound Shih Tzu, sort of a poodle. I don't know, what is it called, John? Something like that.
Your dog, a poodle.
No, it's not.
Shih Tzu.
I don't like the word poodle. It's a great dog.
Scooby's a poodle. You wouldn't be able to tell from his fuzz, but he's a poodle.
I know Chester's outside, but it's funny. We got a possum under the deck. It's Piper, and Hawk picked up a neighbor's dog, which is Chester's sister. Long story, but it's crazy out here.
Wow, that's crazy. How's
But
Scooby?
it's not that bad. I mean, it's not like living in the country. There he comes. Come here.
Poodle shits.
Let up, little shit. That's the dog.
Yeah, that Scooby's got like a little table next to my easel where I paint, and he sits there and just chills.
He's the smartest dog. He doesn't need a leash, though. He never has a leash.
I think Scooby. Yeah, I think he came with me to that Happy Trails.
Well,
Hey, Sasha, how are you?
How's it
No.
going?
Happy Friday.
Is it Friday? I don't really know what day.
Friday night, he sure does. he
Yeah,
sure does.
sometimes it's like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I was taking Scooby to some festivals. We actually came to the Happy Trails when it was out the first time we were having it at the VFW hall, and it rained a lot that first day, and he gets kind of miserable, and I kind of stopped bringing him because just extra work. But hi, Laura, good to see you too.
Yeah, that was the last time I seen him.
Yeah, I at first I was going to take him to everything, but then after a couple festivals with your dog, you kind of realize it's a lot more work for you. It's a lot more work for them. It ends up being just too much for the dogs. It's too much for the animal after a while.
Yeah, Eloise was burnt out at Happy Trails this last summer, and she's like 11 years old. She had a blast, but like by the end of the festival, like I felt bad for her, man. She was just so exhausted. So
You everywhere.
I don't know what I'm gonna do about that this summer. I know she wants to be there.
But it's tough leaving the animal at home going, damn it.
This is our new puppy, Stella Blue.
Oh wow.
A little American bully. Oh yeah. Yes. Okay.
Oh, cutie.
Yeah.
We love our dogs. That's for
Love
sure.
dogs, man.
Yeah, definitely.
And humans.
Fur babies.
The humans barely deserve dogs. That's the rule of thumb there on that one. Is we barely deserve the company of dogs as humans. They're so amazing. What I was gonna say was something I talked to everybody about. You've listened to music your whole life, probably. You play music. Did you play music growing up as a kid too? Were you in band at school or
Oh yeah, definitely.
always
My
play
dad,
bass?
yeah, my dad got me playing drums and basically bass around the same time at about age 7, and then I stuck with percussion like through school and did band and all that kind of stuff. And
Did your dad play music?
he did, yeah. He played guitar, like was a lead guitar guy, Gibson, Marshall sax. He named me after his guitar amp actually, because he's like, like 20 years old, 21 years old, having a kid. He's like, I'm gonna name
Your
him.
name is Marshall. That's a very Jimmy. Okay, we go.
But yeah, been playing music since about 7.
We freeze.
What happened?
No, we freeze
Somebody
sometimes.
farted outside in the neighborhood and the dogs heard it and they go nuts.
Oh, you muted.
I muted myself just because the dogs were going crazy. That's what happened with me there. And so
Mhm.
if somebody farts across the street, they tell what's going on. It's a big deal. Another reason I ask is I can tell your love for music and what you do and how you do your events and things. I always ask every guest the same question. I kind of word it differently every time, so it always sounds like it's always the same question though. Like when I was a little boy and I heard the radio first, I remember asking my dad what it was, what that meant to me. And I remember the song. But do you have like your first song that you remember as a kid that like grabbed you?
I think it was like Detroit Rock City by Kiss. Yeah,
All right.
Well,
yeah,
Your dad
yeah.
was a rocker too.
Oh yeah. They yeah, my dad was is a big Kiss fan and took me to a bunch of Kiss concerts when I was a little kid. Like also
Okay.
around that same age, went to my first show and seen those. We probably seen that band like 10 or 11 times together, like while they were touring.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I just
I never got to see him. Phil's seen him a couple times. I never got to see him though, but that was
Yes,
when I was
I
a kid,
have.
that would be a dream come true is to go see a Kiss concert.
yeah, I have.
great show.
Great show. Every time.
Blood and fire and space and makeup and all the shit that goes
No.
along with the Kiss show, and then a ballad maybe if you got that'd be pretty cool. That's pretty neat.
I saw him 3 times. Blew away the Stones twice.
Yeah, when you're a little kid and like they're shooting off
Literally.
fireworks
Yes,
and
man.
like dudes are walking around with like makeup and heels on and playing guitar and fucking breathing fire, you're like, holy shit, this is like some real like real life video game shit.
I like equated it with like Knights of the Round Table or something like that, like barbarians, gladiators, things like that. When I saw Kiss, like I was like, that is so. And now you end up with Guar and things that really shot off from that. But Kiss was pretty ballsy to do that. I would
Yeah,
have to
Gene
say.
Simmons is a mastermind of the game.
The market. He's a
And a
marketing
great
genius. Is what he is.
Marketing genius.
Yeah. It's still to this day, there's Kiss toilet paper, there's Kiss lunchboxes, there's Kiss so much. O'Donnell says his first concert was the Destroyer tour. Badass.
Nice.
Yeah, that's cool.
I was a rocker up until I started going to Swagstock at Zoe and got introduced to Grateful Dead music, and I was like, no.
I guess the Anderson hounds are out. Neighbor dogs, the Bumpus hounds, we call them. Sorry, Mark, if you're watching, but your dogs, they make our dogs bark. But I was a rocker too. It's funny, the evolution of music, how we come from one genre, and then we discover another genre, then we become part of that genre, then you kind of discover another genre. And for my whole life at 50 now, it's been since I was 10 years old, it's been different every few years, it seems like, or every 5 or 10 years. Now I've been stuck on the Grateful Dead for the last 25 years, probably. But I am at least actually more like 30 years, damn. But I still try to explore other genres. So there's your dog.
Yeah, the music's pretty captivating. They've kept my attention basically this whole time, which is kind of rare. Like you said, like even like within genres, like bands, I like to like just kind of hone in on, obviously like evolve and change. But that band has always stuck around. Them and Radiohead. I love Tom York's work.
The Radiohead fans are serious fans. It's as big, and I've never not been not that I'm not a fan, but I've never been attached to it. It's never gotten me enough to hold me very long. But when I see Radiohead fans, I see a serious dedication. You guys are almost like Rush fans.
Dude, Rush is awesome. No,
I'm just saying, you know how dedicated the
gotta
Rush
go
fans
see
are.
Radiohead live, man. Their live show is insane. Like they are some talented dudes, and there's a lot of energy at that show. It's good stuff.
I'd like to see, I'd like to see it. I haven't listened enough. I need to re-explore that whole genre and group of music. Maybe I just haven't discovered it yet. There's some music that I like that where I haven't really got into it yet, but I haven't discovered it yet. Someday it'll be like the day when I hear a song, I'm like, what's that? Oh, and then I gotta go to the next song, the next song, the next song until the next thing you know, that's your favorite band, and that's where you end up.
Do you like watching live stuff? I mean, I'm assuming so. You should check
Oh,
out,
yeah.
go to YouTube, check out their 2012 Bonnaroo set. That was the first time I ever seen them live, and like I kind of knew who they were, like knew a
Is
few
OK
songs.
Computer out yet? It probably was, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was out. Yeah, they were touring on King of Limbs at this time.
Okay.
But like I listened to some In Rainbows and stuff, but I wasn't like super into the band. But like that show specifically, like literally blew my mind and like just kind of changed the way I looked at music altogether. And like the band that I was playing with at that time and everything.
Did you see?
It's an
Did you see?
amazing show though.
Did you see him live, Marshall?
I did, yeah. That's what I'm saying. This specific show, they're headlining set at Bonnaroo in 2012.
So it okay.
Yeah. That will also sell me on a band sometimes too, seeing how they
Well,
how they perform the
one of
songs
my
they do.
favorite words are phrases are blew my mind instead of the word fun. So when Marshall said that it blew my mind the way phrase that I
Hey, Chester.
I have a lot of fun at a lot of concerts, man. I love live music, but like there's only like my mind don't get blown every single time,
No, it has to, and you can't expect it to get blown or it won't.
Right.
It has to be a surprise kind of, I mean, I saw Neil Young and Crazy Horse when I was a kid, and I thought I knew like 2 or 3 Neil Young songs. It turned out I knew every note every night, all night that he played. Like I went there thinking I know some Neil Young stuff. So I go to see the show, Crazy Horse, and I realize I know every song he plays all night. And the power of a band like that, which I imagine the power of Radiohead's pretty big. They're putting on these great shows, and it's heavy. It feels like it's coming at you. That will blow your mind. It's good stuff. What's up, Chester? You got something to say, buddy? Hey, Chester, over here.
I'm
Chester,
talking to you.
Chester, you like some chicken?
That's a cute little dog.
What do you want? What do you want? What? Well, wait.
He's really being evocative. He's talking to you tonight, man.
I know he is.
That's cute. Yeah, he doesn't usually act that way. I don't see him.
Like, Dad, I smell chicken wings.
Well, you've been working. I think he's probably really excited to see you. No, so this is what we do. This is the show. We talk about art. We talk about life and music, and just think, we just want to see each other is why we did this in the first part of the run. Well, Kristin's a Radiohead fan. Good deal. There are a lot of Radiohead fans. It's a big deal. It's not. I'm not saying.
It is.
I'm not discounting them at all. I just they're one of those bands that have a fan base that's awesome, and it's not. I'm going to say it's not a certain type of person, but it's just like it's just a huge group of people. Is the best way to put it. And not to compare you to the Rush fans. Rush is very cool, but the Rush fans are kind of a certain eclectic group of people that you can see a Rush fan from a mile away, and the whole crowd you can pick them out. That guy's a Rush fan over there, But I am a Rush fan, so don't.
Yeah, man.
Bands that can hold their own though, that have a good standing, stick around for a real long. They stick around for a long time. I've always got that. That's what's important for me with a band is they stick around, and they produce new music continually, and they could keep trying to open the envelope a little bit more, and do different things.
Yeah, and the music evolves too. Like I love like even if it's a song you've heard a million times a band play, like I love watching the evolution of a song, and as people just get more and more comfortable, with the music, and it flows easier, and then the people you're playing with, I like watching that age. It's like fine wine.
Yeah, and if sometimes a band comes out and people right away they get really excited about them. But I'm really I love that. If it's good, I'll listen to it. But I always like to give it like some time. Like I want to see how this feels in a year. I want to see what they produce next. I want to see the next thing they do. Because I've had bands that I fell in love with that only produced one really good album, and then they disappeared, and you still love them, But the other stuff wasn't great. But music's always been very important to me. I just think it's my whole being in church, and everything I get good out of life comes from music. It seems like
For sure.
it invokes some sort of feeling in me, I guess, is the invokes, whatever, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I'm rambling now because I don't know what else to say, but that's part of the Phil and Jon Zone. That's what we do. It's almost 10 o'clock. We have about 5 more minutes. We'll ask Phil what he's up to at 10 o'clock, because we always ask Phil what he's up to at 10 o'clock, I guess.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys having me on, man. I've been a
Yeah,
big
Marshall, it's good to see you, bud.
Yeah, like the first time we met was a Cosmic Reunion, years ago. And we hung out at your booth for a long time and talked. And I've just been a fan of your work ever since.
Probably told you the story how I got busted for pot on the way to that festival, and I was
You
telling
have, yeah.
over and over again. That was a cool party, great stage, great place. It was a long drive for me, so I wasn't able to go back down there. That's cool. That's where we met, and we've had a lot of good experiences together over the years, just through music.
Yeah.
Thank you for always including me in what you do, and when I can help you, it makes me feel good too.
Man, I've appreciated your friendship, and I always love having you out at the shows.
And the good thing about coming out to Jamming at the Springs this year was seeing the people that I've been working with for 4 or 5 years do this stuff, and friends, just good people that you have working with you all the time. Great sound crew, great family of buddies that seem to be putting it on, that work together with you. It's really wonderful. Go to Alton, people, check out the live music scene. One thing I did notice the first time I was at this festival was there were like 25, 30 bands or something, and they were all from the area. They were all from. I asked every band when they come off stage, "Where are you from?" And they're like, "Here, Main Street, over there on Wood Street, where right around the corner, up top the hill, or whatever." Blew me away. There's a really great music scene there, and you got to go check out the Payasu Bird. Is that what you say it?
Payasaw Bird.
Payasaw Bird. It's an amazing. Do you think is the history of that Native American or pre-Native American? Do you know?
It's Native American, as far as I know.
Native American.
This giant cliff painting that when you see it, it'll blow your mind, because you can't imagine how tall these people had to be to paint this painting. It's very high up off the ground. They were like 40, 50 feet tall, these people. And so
How tall are they, John?
the painting is way up on a cliff. It's ridiculous. It's up on a rock. And this year I know this is live, but I'm going to say it anyway. This year I kind of like went through the gate and into the cave, because there's gates around this cave. It's a massive cave system. And I didn't go deep into the cave, but you could. I mean, it was just, the gate was open. You could walk in there. There's been some homeless activity going on in there, I'm sure. And partying, things like that. There was spray paint in some places there shouldn't be spray paint in nature. And you're not supposed to go in there because the ceiling's cracked, and it's probably pretty dangerous to have a lot of things going on there.
On the beach.
But I did walk into that cave area. It's really beautiful. That's a neat place. Anyway, Payasaw Bird. That's it. All right.
Yeah.
Okie dokie, Illinois. No, no. Anyway, Marshall, good talking to you, buddy. Thank you for coming on the zone, and we appreciate you very much. And look forward to seeing you soon. I'll see you at Happy Trails, and look forward to seeing your guys' the response from you guys when you play Backwoods too. That's really cool.
Awesome. I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much.
Anything else you want to say to Marshall before he goes, Phil? He's named after Marshall.
Happy trails. Have a great night. Happy Friday. Much love.
Yeah. All right, awesome. We'll talk to you. We'll talk to you soon, Marshall. Thanks for being part of the show tonight, buddy.
You guys. Yep. Have a good night.
So earlier before Marshall came on, I was thinking about this other cat, Jake Knobby, that came on our show a few times and played songs for us. And they're both watching the show now too. It'd be nice if he'd come on and sing a song for us at some point, maybe tonight.
Yeah,
he's welcome to come sing a song. Jake, if you're out there, Kristin, you guys are right. You just commented 6 minutes ago. I think you're still watching. But if you're out there and you want to come play a song for us, we'd like to. We'll have you. I got to take him out of the waiting room.
We have a few guests watching tonight.
We have over 10 all night, man. I'm telling you, and this is just on one page. I shared it like 7 pages. There could be 70 people watching, bud, at a time. And my friend Tommy Ryan checked in. I ain't heard from him in 4 or 5 years. He's from Syracuse, New York area. You got Jimmy Mead. He's from the Peoria area. Kristin Glenn Glasson's from Peoria, or from Clinton area. Donna Rusk is from the Alton, St. Louis area. Chad Balling is from Pekin.
Kind of people chime in, I guess, and
my old mailman is on here watching. My favorite old mailman of all, Les Ruffner. You might have met him at the party. He sings and plays guitar. Cozy Treeman checked in. Jake Knobby. Ben Laskoff, an artist I painted with at Nippersink. Okay, the last time I think that me and
First.
Ben sat up next to each other was in 2013, 10 years ago, and he's checking it on the show tonight. So you've got like a pretty. I'm not trying to just drop everybody's names, but because of the Schlotzkys and the
Yeah, you
Chotskys.
are. You just did it. Too late.
Leah Osborne was here. Todd Whitaker, Jeffrey Lee Tenard. We haven't talked to him in so
It's
long.
Jeffrey Blackman watching.
Jeffrey Blackman's out there watching. Of course he is. Chris Johnson's out there watching or was watching.
Chris.
Trinity Watson, Scott Jarhead, the Machete.
Hi, Trinity.
I mean, we're talking about quite the
Array of gamut of cultural diversity.
quite the cultural diversity.
What did I just stumble on? Yeah.
No, I think I stumbled pretty good on that one. No. You did really good. Cultural
No,
diversity.
I think we're all from the same.
Todd
uni-
Whitaker asked a question. Would you like to answer his question for him? I'll tell you what he asked.
I would. I will answer.
The question is, have you seen my mom? Todd, you're
Yes.
you're always gonna be that Todd that night. Todd. Oh my goodness, that was so much fun.
Yes, Todd. She's over there.
Actually, I did this painting at Marshall's last event, and this is kind of like where the bluffs where the Piasu birds painted that kind of looks like. So,
Oh, that's
kinda cool that,
delicious.
so Colin O'Brien just checked in. Cultural perversity, he says. So if you're out there watching tonight, you're
Yes.
enjoying the show and you're enjoying what you
Hi,
see.
Colin.
Give us some advice to how to keep this going, I suppose. Colin is out there, though. I can't really make too many announcements about the party yet, but we've got a few good musicians on the list. I guess
Yeah.
that was a good segue from Colin to kind of
I think
point.
Colin has been at your party, and one of my favorite sets of my history of John Hartford was when Colin was playing in front of the stage at Hartford.
When he was just fiddling with everybody while they played.
Yeah, it was a beautiful
long.
thing. I was right there. It was a
Yep,
beautiful
yep.
thing. Beautiful
Colin,
thing.
big part of
Hi,
the John
Colin.
Hartford Memorial Festival from the very beginning. And what a good friend to meet and to know. The people that we get to Todd, you're Jake, I think I sent you the link, buddy. Check your messenger. Check your messenger, Jake. I sent it to you, bud. Todd, she's just across the yard. It's okay. So yeah, Colin has always been a real big part of the John Hartford Memorial Festival. The stuff that the way he promoted John Hartford's work and learned it and played it the way that it was produced originally, very wonderful. Good people that are checking out tonight. So good to see everybody out there doing the thing that they're doing. I sent you the link, Jake. Let's see a Zoom band. We are a Zoom band. We're a rubber band. The only thing is Zoom's out of sync, so it would be off step.
If
You can
we
figure
were
out the out of
using-
step.
Thanks for watching on a Friday night. Cheers, John.
Cheers, Phil. It's good to see you, buddy.
Cheers. Great to see you, John. And the people who watch the show and
I talk about this cat Jake Knobby a little bit. He's one of my favorite people. Has been on the show. Recent songwriter, encourager of music, all these good things that are that he's been doing. And he wrote that song kind of about not about us, but around what we talked about. The artist the song that he wrote that he sang for us that night. That I had a little bit of a tear in the eye, just a little bit, And he keeps releasing stuff. He's been producing a lot of music. I'm seeing him release good new stuff and to bring it out and share it with people, which I think is amazing. I don't even like sharing so much, So we're gonna bring him in the room right now.
well, we've
I overshare. You're right. You can keep talking. It's just Jake and Kristin.
Oh. Well, we've been doing this. It's coming up almost on 3 years.
It is coming up on 3 years. It has been 3 years, Phil.
Enough said. I like
Because
this.
we missed a few weeks, just enough weeks to.
Well, no, it's coming up 3 years. It's not. It's yeah. Can I say the word like Jack Coburn said? Yeah. Yeah. Like a jazz thing. Yeah.
Can you do a Wolfman Jack impersonation?
No,
No.
probably could.
We saw Jake and Kristin come on. Maybe they went off screen to practice to do rehearsal real quick. Oh no, there they are. Okay.
Well, we were just getting the sound all worked out, I think.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, the original sound, as it were. Yep. So our good friend Jake Knobby, folks, he's been on the show in the previous shows. He did a song called some really great songs. She's the One I Like, that kind of thing. And the other one was something about a bronze camel. I remember that one was really cool. And Kristin, good to see you tonight. How are you tonight?
Hi, I'm
Hello.
all right. How are you, John?
I heard you
And
did an open mic and played a song.
Hello.
good to see you guys. I've missed y'all on them Friday afternoons, but this works too.
We missed each other too. Phil got a different schedule
You
for a
know,
while.
believe it or not, I miss you. I think about you guys. I mean, I really do, and I don't remember many shows. We've done a lot, but yes. Happy to
It's
see
been
you
fun.
guys tonight. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday to you. All right, well, I'll do something that I wrote because of you guys. Well, by chance or by fate, the artist exclaimed, if those clouds contain color, I'd paint with the rain. There is no way to measure the eyes that have seen this canvas I've held up and said, this is me. For some I've created, I'll never see again. They've been sent out to the world with the hopes that they will bend the gaze of another who pauses just to see these feelings I've placed in each shade and relief. But I'm a painter, not a poet. My words are not spoke. I relay my thoughts with the brush and the stroke. And that's most likely the reason that I find myself broke. Well, by chance or by fate, that artist exclaimed, if clouds contain color, I would paint with the rain.
Man, your sound sounds really good tonight, man. That sounds good, Jake. That's awesome. That's such a pretty little song
Thank you.
there. Yeah. So what have you guys been up to?
I've been busy working and doing stuff with the kids, and a whole lot of that this week. Seems like that's what's been going on.
Yeah.
Ready for next weekend and get out and see some shows again.
Yeah, next weekend's gonna be pretty epic, I think, as the Castle Theater goes. That's gonna be full on.
Yeah.
Didn't even mention earlier that it's horseshoes and hand grenades too, so it's gonna be a night full of awesome music. Yeah.
I got a two for next weekend though. We've got my friend's band's playing Saturday night in Wapella.
Yeah.
We're in one of the bars in Wapella.
Irish Circle in Wapella, Green Diamond Express. They're really pretty good.
That's the one that's right on the highway there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nice.
The Green Ring. It's a green building.
I've seen it many times driving home from the castle. It's on my route.
They play like some Grateful Dead. They play Red Eagle Smith. They play Tom Petty. They play like a bunch of good covers and stuff. They don't really do original stuff, but they do a lot of good covers.
That makes for a good night though. Like if you
like
if you know a lot of the tunes, it makes you feel good to be there with them, doing it.
Yeah, it's nice to always see. It brings out the hometown crowd. They're like local guys, so it's pretty.
Yeah,
fun.
I think if you're in Wapella and you're doing a show, the hometown is the word for it. All the towns around Wapella are pretty hometown feeling,
Wapaloo.
We live in an area of the country, folks, where there's little spaces between the towns, and some towns you never even know there. You can live in this state your whole life, and 10 miles over there's a town you've never been to, and you don't ever have to go there necessarily. What's that?
We went and saw a band a few weeks ago in Windsor, Illinois. Have you ever been to Windsor?
I've been to Windsor. Yep.
They have a bar there. The old
number
been
one.
through Windsor, past it, I should say.
And Bill Poss was supposed to be there with his band, and then he was ill, so part of them came.
Yeah.
And some other guy. Who turned out to be really good.
Yeah, they ended up playing music and it was great.
It was really good, but
like the Bill Poss band without Bill Poss.
No,
Bill couldn't make it. Bill got ill kind of at the last minute.
So his Garrett that does a lot of stuff with him.
Yeah,
Garrett,
yeah.
and then this other, and
Kendall.
Kendall,
Yeah.
and then what was the guy's name?
Oh, Casey Lee Rogers.
Casey Lee Rogers.
Guy named Casey Lee Rogers. That's the first time we'd seen him. He's kind of a country type
Yeah.
singer, but he was really
He
good.
was good.
I think he's from St. Louis area.
They did a good thing together. Like,
Since
it was-
the band that was scheduled didn't show up, they kind of all just collaborated and put on a show for everybody, and it was a good time. It turned out pretty good.
But it was a tiny town, 1,200 people.
Yeah.
Like, nobody, it's a little bitty town.
Yeah.
Like Illinois towns. We have like
Yeah.
1,000 people, 500 people, whatever. Here
Right, and
and there.
then you get these musicians that pop out of places like Delavan and Clinton, Illinois, and places that where aren't we not
Yeah.
even from? You're from somewhere outside of Clinton, aren't you, Jake?
Yeah, I'm more up by Bloomington Normal. I'm out by the Danvers area. West of
Danvers
Bloomington.
area. Yeah.
About 30 miles.
I feel like you want to play a song, Jake.
Yeah, I'll probably play one more song. Well, we'll do one more. We're talking about small towns and stuff and
You're going to do Johnny
taverns.
Cougar?
No, I'm not going to do Johnny Cougar.
Sorry.
This one, we were going home one night real late, and we were trying to find a place that was still open, and we found one, but there was some heartbreaks going on in there. So this is a song I wrote for the girl that was tending bar that night. You gotta remember how it goes. Okay. Goes in early. She always stays late. Yeah, she works real hard for every dollar she makes. She makes it look easy, though it never is. Just trying to get back about half what she puts in. She pulls down that winter hat to hide the tears, the faint lines on her face from all those years she has put up and shut up and sat silently. Now she cries at the bar where he drinks all day for free. And she says, maybe someday somebody just love me for me. Kids on the telephone, and she finally steps out to smoke. Yeah, those strangers all listen in as she gets her heart broke. She pulls down that winter hat to hide the tears, those faint lines on her face from all those years that she has put up and shut up and sat silently. Now she cries at the bar where he drinks all day for free. And she says, maybe someday somebody just love me for me. Maybe someday somebody just love me for me.
That's like
It's kind of a sad
a
song.
really good one, though.
Best songs always are, man. I think that they asked that question to Towns Van Zandt. They asked him, why do you write so many sad songs? And his answer was, isn't life sad? There's some sad shit we got to go through in life, and songs to help you get past it. And then the next thing he said was that's why he writes that stuff down, so you can have something else to think about. That was real beautiful, Jake. That was real nice. But you got a recording contract yet?
No, not yet.
No, you
Yeah,
sound
it's
really
beautiful,
good,
Jake.
man.
Right on. Thank you, man.
Waiting on that big check to come in the mail.
Keep smiling, man.
Hand Todd Snyder a cassette one day and see if he pulls a John Prine and actually
Yeah.
Poor Jake.
Yeah, we're working on it. We're trying to start to make videos, at least to put on YouTube, so we don't
Yeah.
forget some of this stuff. And we're
Well, we
pretty
really
low
think it's
tech around here.
That's a
but,
real thing. You'll
yeah.
forget stuff. If you play
Yeah.
something and then don't play it for a while, I won't forget.
it's that's how it works. It's life.
But if you come on every so often, you know you're in a good place because we're kind of fun people and it's good.
Oh, what are we? Hold on. Go back. Say that again. What are we? We're
You're
fun
fun people.
Oh, I said the bad word.
You're some wild and
Yeah.
crazy guys.
Yeah.
No, we're not. But I'm really,
We're the
yeah.
homebodies on Friday night.
I don't
Hey,
like
that's
the
all
word
right.
fun.
Yeah.
Fun's not a good word.
Party on Friday night.
But if you come on, yeah, I mean, it could be any night. But if you come on, that's a good thing, and that's makes me happy. So it's part of the thing of whatever it is, happiness. Yeah,
Yeah.
cool. Makes me happy.
Yeah. It's
Happiness.
It makes
Happiness.
sense.
Be
It's a
here
secret.
with y'all.
Yeah.
Phil,
do you-
you're gonna come down here to go to Cody next Friday?
Yeah. So we'll be. I don't think Phil's coming, but I'll be there. We will be at Cody for sure. We all got our tickets.
I was asking about Phil though.
Yeah,
No,
Phil-
I live far, far away.
Phil,
You
I've
can
never
stay at my
met
house.
you, I don't think. In person.
No, man, I don't know. I'm up
I
from.
bet you were at Shoe Fest when I went to Shoe Fest, weren't you? Probably.
Yeah, I've been to Shoe Fest every year.
I think I talked to you at Shoe Fest actually. Never mind. But I mean, it's due to happen again. So sometime.
Hold on, I'm trying to recognize. I'm good with eyes and faces. Terrible at names. Hello. Jeez, I'm Phil.
It's okay.
We meet everybody. We meet all of our friends at least 3 or 4 times these days. Since
Oh,
as we
yeah.
get older, it'll be 5
I
or 6
had one
times.
girl I got introduced to 47 times. This gal, Karma. Dude, she's from here, like where I live. And I got introduced to her so many times. Every time I'd be like, girl, I know. We met.
Friend of mine, Carrie, that was at Castle Theater that I
Bless
met.
her heart. I love her to bits.
You meet somebody over and over again. It becomes a thing after a while. We're like, I'm not going to pretend to know who you are. Why doesn't that stick always? It doesn't always stick, you know. It's okay. It's very cool, man. No, thank you, Jake, for playing a song or two. That was really
Well, thank
wonderful.
you.
That's
That's
pretty
fun.
fantastic stuff. I
Jeffrey
really-
wants to see some ukulele, but we're gonna see. That was Jeffrey Blackman asking for a ukulele
Yeah,
piece.
we'll leave that to Kristen. There's an open mic tomorrow night for the Todd Snyder fans on their page.
Yes, there is. A
I'm gonna
shithouse
do a new
band.
song. I'll do one new song on that at least tomorrow.
Okay.
So other than that, Kristen might want to play something. I'm not real sure if she wants to or not.
Well, I don't know. All I have is this cover song we've been doing.
Yeah, that's up to you. We can do it. We can do it.
But I'll do it again tomorrow on the open mic.
Okay.
What he's talking about is this thing we do called the Shithouse Band. It used to be the van party, and they get in there during COVID, and it was kind of like what we do, but people would just go. It wasn't live; they would just go in there and hang out. And they started doing open mic on there, and I hung out with them a few weeks ago.
Oh, really? This is going to happen now?
She's going to play now. I'm explaining the whole thing that they were talking about while they're getting ready. Anyway, it was fun. They're going to do it again tomorrow night. Shithouse Band is the name of the site. Yeah.
Yeah, there's gonna be open mic tomorrow.
Yeah.
This
And that
is
was
a-
fun. I sat in there were some musicians in there that blew my mind. Some of those cats that were singing, you know, it was every level of musician.
And it's so
Yeah.
fun, and everybody's so nice, and it doesn't matter
Mhm.
like what level you're at or
Yeah.
what you do. Like everybody's super accepting and
Mm-hmm.
you know
I've been there.
celebratory of you doing it. So it's cool.
All right, folks, we're gonna give the stage up one more time to our good friends Jake and Kristen here, and me and Phil will be quiet, and we'll go from there. Phil has no choice to be quiet. I got the button.
This'll be yeah. What are we? Okay, wait. I don't got no boy, but I got my tall boy. I don't need no small man when car in my favorite seat. Oh, I fucked it all up. Okay, wait. We're gonna start at that. Daddy didn't teach me much before we lost him to Captain Crunch. Passed out after 17 or 20 beers. That wasn't clear. I mean, in the milk, passed out at 9 a.m. For every man I met since then is even dumber than him.
Got no boy.
I ain't got no boy, but I got my tall boy. I don't need no small man when I got my tall kid. You may think I'm living a low life with my high life, but I'll tell you, boy, I'm doing just fine. Just fine.
What happened?
I don't know. I'm fucking all up.
All right.
Never mind, John
That was our
Griffin.
good practice.
I fucked it all up. I've been drinking today.
That's okay. That's rehearsal. Now you got till tomorrow night to perfect it. So
I had it nailed earlier. I
remember
Yeah.
last time I missed the dang band party because I forgot. I don't know, something came up, but I missed it. So I'm gonna try tomorrow.
What
to
kind of
set
party
a timer
was
for
that?
myself. It was awesome. That was beautiful. Kristen, it sounded really good.
I'm not gonna sleep tonight. I'm just gonna practice all night.
Don't overdo it. Take a break and come back to it in the morning. You'll do great. Don't worry about it.
I do.
That's all
Yeah, it's
right.
gonna be awesome. It sounded really good though. It sounded really good. Your voice is beautiful and that sounded really nice.
Oh, she's
I got no
practicing.
boy, but I got my tall boy. That's pretty sweet.
That's an Abby Webster cover that I love to death.
No, I never heard it. I love it. I love it. It's very
Great.
cool.
It's a cute
Sounds
song.
good. Guys that sound good together.
All
I
right.
do
Thanks
a
for having
really
us
good
on.
Yeah,
job.
thanks for coming to the zone, you guys. We'll see you real soon. Love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow, hopefully.
Yep.
Okay.
Thank Jake.
And then I'll see you Friday for
Thanks,
sure.
Hang up
Right.
and keep watching.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Much love. Happy
Bye.
Friday.
Jake and Kristen, a nice little drop in, folks, to come see, to hang out with us and check out the show and be part of the zone. Yeah, this is what happens. Now it's later on Friday nights. Did you eat any of your chicken yet? Did you go have some chicken?
No, I just turned it off. I had to put some more barbecue sauce on it. No.
Okay. Oh, you're are you grilling it?
No, in the oven. In the oven.
Well, that's all right. It doesn't matter how you do it. You know,
It's not the same. You know, got to grill it and put it on fire. No.
not quite the same, but it's still fire. It's still hot. It still cooks it safe so you can eat
No,
it.
I want fire.
You don't want to put it in the microwave and have water molecules.
No.
vibrating.
I'm
To
pretty
make it
good
hot.
cook. Pretty good cook. Not a good baker, but a pretty good cook. So no,
I think Jake Knobby's going somewhere. That
yeah,
kid
after
can-
the show, yes. So,
That kid's got some chops. I like watching him play and hearing him sing. That's pretty good stuff. I'm just saying. And she was doing a really good job. You
Cheers,
get fumbled
John.
on, you get
Cheers,
fumbled
John.
on lyrics sometimes, and then it'll throw you off. Just make some up.
and here's to my non-alcoholic friends, which I have quite a few now. This is an NA beer, not, but I much love. With good friends, you can't lose. Correct. You can't.
See those guys, those two. You know, you recognize these people?
Yeah.
Friends of Jim Henson.
There's Piggy, Kermit.
Yeah, Cartman, Fozzie.
Of course. Yeah, you can't lose. And if we are talking and people are watching, and you are my friends, and it's just the way it is, and I love you all. And it's good to have friends, and it's good to have people, and good to converse, and you know.
Yep, it's been a good night. This has been fun. This is a Friday night. I hate to see it end or come close to the end. We still have time for whatever we want to do because we can do
Whatever we wanna do.
want.
Yeah, it's gonna be chicken wings and movie and I don't know, looks like Inagata David or Lady Godiva over there, or it was a splash if she had a tail on, or I can't say it.
Where are you seeing this? I don't
Well,
wanna know. I
right
don't
there,
wanna-
exactly right there.
There's a reflection and we can all see it.
The reflection, yes, they can see you. So
No, that's awesome. That's awesome, folks. Good guest tonight. Marshall Ingrassia from Alton area, bass player extraordinaire, rock finder.
Marshall Crenshaw.
Marshall Crenshaw, Marshall Tucker, Marshall Ingrassia.
Marshall.
He said he was named after a Marshall amplifier. I think that's pretty cool. That's a good fact tonight that you learned about that you wouldn't learn otherwise had you stayed in school. You know, you can stay in school, you can do everything they tell you to do, and you'll graduate in life and you'll become what people want you to be, but you can also be what you want to be. And you know, sometimes you have to just
Dude, you sound like you're a preacher of a cult. Don't say that.
Yeah.
Laura's in my cult.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not supposed to feed the bears. I know.
I'm dying. You're
I
never
said hello. I said peace. I
There's
said,
no bottom there at all, Kristin. That's a lyric situation. Get those lyrics in front of you if you need to, but you sounded really good singing, playing. But on that note, we have to do the fastest ABC game you could ever imagine.
What about the sports segment?
We haven't gotten there yet. Do you want? Are you interested? What's going on this week?
Well, let's do ABCs then. Let's go. Hold on. I need a cigarette though.
But you can't go to cigarette until you do your
I
sports
say
segment. You have to earn your cigarette.
All right.
It's time for sports with Phil.
oh,
Sports minute. Ladies and gentlemen, every week. I mean,
Sports
at least
segment
sports.
right now. Sports.
Great album by Huey Lewis and the News, by the way. Sports.
You Lewis is an underrated band, man.
They're underrated.
Yeah, they're good.
They had an album called Sports. They had an album called Four. I think they had an album called Sports. That might make
No, I mean, hip to be square. I mean, it's got a hook and like band. Here's the key word of music. Hook. Gotta have a hook.
An album called Sports. Oh, they do have an album called Sports. Yeah.
Hook. Gotta have a hook.
that was
And a carpet and a
Hook,
backdrop.
like a real hook, like
You gotta have a hook. And what's the definition of hook? You're caught
you're caught.
Yeah,
The
like
hook
a
brings
fish.
you
I don't like fish getting caught, but hook. You caught me. Hook.
so when's the last time someone caught you? Or a
No,
music.
hook. Music. I
Caught
don't
you.
know. I don't know.
What?
I don't know. Hey, the brain's shrinking as I get older. Slow down.
Somebody made a comment in the thing about how record sales are outselling CD sales for the first time in a long time now. People are buying more records than they're buying CDs finally. It makes sense. I'm doing all this design work for bands, and we always start with the LP. It's better. I mean, everybody's going to listen to the music on the internet anyway. If you're going to buy music analog wise, just go back to vinyl. Vinyl's the best, man. Man, vinyl's the best.
I
Hey,
love
John,
the
what are you going to give
Gorillaz.
me the albums back on the ceiling then?
And Muse blew me away. Muse.
Bands, vinyls,
Yeah, Cody.
hardcore like situation. Talk about Cody Decop just a little bit, the Chicago farmer folks, because he'll be in town in Bloomington, Illinois next Friday for St. Patrick's Day. Everybody go see him with horseshoes and hand grenades. It's gonna be a good show. I don't care who you are. I don't care what kind of music you like. You're gonna love it. See what else we got here. It's another good one.
Yep.
Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band movie soundtrack starring Peter Frampton and the Bee Gees. Kind of my introduction to the Beatles. I'm not gonna lie, but that was one of my introductions to the Beatles, like in video. I thought that's what they looked like. I saw this movie. You ever seen this movie?
Yes.
With Billy Preston and Steve Martin and everybody in it.
You know when it gets down to music, the Beatles by far are the best band of all time.
What was on John Griffin's Summer Solstice movie screen?
I don't know John Griffin.
Oh, gee, that was live.
Jenny B.
That was live.
Maybe. What was about it? Is she talking trash about the party? Anyway, Chad Ing is the major contributor to the sales of records. That's just a fact.
I got a stash for you. A minor stash for you, Chad. I said it repeatedly, and John can't have it, even though he wants it.
I'm just guessing if you picked out albums that Chad is gonna like, I'm gonna like them too. I probably might already have them. I don't know. He deserves them for. He takes much better care of his records than I do.
No, you both do, and more than I do. So.
This is the weakest sports minute we've ever had.
Oh, the
He's talking
sports
about-
minute is going to be. Let's go.
We just did it. It's over.
I didn't even talk sports.
Well, then do sports.
Fuck it. I'm gonna go have a cigarette. Hey, go do your thing and have a cigarette.
Sports with Phil, folks. Thanks for tuning in with Sports with Phil. Lost sound. Uh-oh. They might have pinched me for playing the Heart of Rock and Roll intro. And the Heart of Rock. I still have sound on my end, but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. And it's so funny because Phil really wants to do Sports Minute, and then he just walks away. So, well, folks, that's Sports with Phil. That's what you get tonight. See if he comes back and he has more sports information and factoids. Trinity lost their sound, but somebody got unplugged, Trinity, because everybody else, maybe refresh the page. That might be what has to happen there. Hard to tell, really. But the idea that I get to do this every week with Phil, I'm pretty lucky, and I'm fortunate. You know, I'll be 50 years old this year, and something I've been thinking about lately is that you don't know how long you get. My aunt just turned 99. So in that perspective, I could have as much life as I've already lived up to this point again. What are you going to do with that? You can make the best of it. You know, you're going to do that, do the best you can possibly do and make better than you ever had. Or you could have 10 more minutes. You don't know. You don't know. You're not guaranteed anything. You're not guaranteed today or tomorrow. So if you should take every day, I suppose, and make it what it is. I think that Trinity's Bluetooth device gave out because she's being real quiet at home. She's wearing the responsible headset because the babe's probably sleeping. Little Jeffrey's probably sleeping, little cutie. But so folks, you tuned in tonight to the Phil and Jon Zone. We appreciate you being part of our show. I don't know if we're going to do ABC game or not. It depends on what kind of response we get in the chat over there. And when Phil comes back, he probably had to pee. It's okay. You have to do that sometimes. You know, it's part of getting older and being who we are. And what's that little intermission for Bill? Anyway, folks, everything's coming. A lot of stuff coming up this summer. It's gonna be a lot of fun. There's lots of things going on. Just fixing some artwork for Rumble Down today, which is in the Mechanicsburg, Illinois area. Beautiful little campground there. Going to be a really good time. Was a great time last year. It was a beautiful, beautiful experience last year. With good friends you can't lose. And what else we got? Summer camp's even looking pretty good for the Sunday show. See Willie Nelson if you want to go on Sunday to see Willie Nelson. You got some people are going to see Fish Band a little bit. Some people are going to see the Fish Band. Some people are going to see the Billy Strings Band. Some people are going to see the Cheese
West
Band.
Coast tour, baby.
With who? Billy Strings or Billy Cheese?
West Coast 2 nights.
Who?
2 nights.
All right.
All right. Just talking about all the concerts people are going to go to this summer. The Dead and Companies, the Chicago Farmers. I'm going to the Sustain Music Festival, the Sugar Creek Family Jam. A bunch of stuff, man. There's a lot of stuff going to happen. Shoe Fest, Summer Solstice Super Jam, Frankfurt.
There's a lot of stuff.
Blue
Yeah.
Ox. It's ridiculous. It's actually a little bit obnoxious. But it's that time of year, folks. Phil, you got anything else you want to say to the people before we just go to a date night? Can you eat
Let's
chicken?
go to ABC real quick.
What are we gonna do?
Let's do an ABC real quick with we like music, we like art. How about mix it up with
Music covers.
how about
That's
favorite
hard.
cover albums?
Music covers is hard.
Favorite album covers?
Yeah,
All right. We don't have examples to show though, but
it could be a band. That's not gonna.
It's hard.
Okay, we're gonna switch that subject. We're gonna go with our favorite things.
our favorite things. These are just a few.
Festival memories.
These are a few of my favorite things. You know, Diamond Ring.
Yes, favorite things. There you go. Bingo. It could be anything. What's your favorite thing?
A.
That starts with an A. My favorite thing that starts with an A is aardvarks. Because they got
Okay.
2 A's. Aardvark. They eat ants.
B is Black Sabbath. I just had to say because okay. It has nothing to do with anything. C, go ahead.
C is for that's not how you spell ketchup.
Car seats.
Car seats. No, that's not my favorite thing. What's laugh tracks doing over there?
Come on.
Hey Randy Steingraver, how you doing, bud? C, my favorite thing that starts with the C is probably candy corns. I love candy corn, man. I don't care what you say. I like candy corn. It's 2 C's.
D would be for the deep blue purple sea. I want to see the deep purple blue sea. I want to see water. Okay.
One of my favorite things that starts with an E is everyone I meet are my favorite things.
Okay. F is for my friends, and I miss my friends. Okay.
G is for the Grateful Dead. Because I love the Grateful Dead, and that's my favorite thing. One of my favorite things. Not is it just because of the band, because of the lifestyle, because of the people, because of the friends I made along the way, because of the songs, because of the cover music, because of the other musicians they influenced me to, because of the drugs, because of the parties, because of the parks, because of the camping, because of the buses, because of the people. Grateful Dead. G.
H is for the heart. When I give people a hug, and so I'm back, and I miss giving that hug of the heart.
Hug of the heart. Yeah, that's a heart hug. Yeah, I like that. I is for Ichabod Crane, the drawing of Ichabod. No, that's not it. It's for isosceles triangles. Because I like isosceles triangles.
Two is by Crane.
J is for the journey that we will bring upon ourselves, and the journey that let's move forward. Okay.
K is for Crazy Cat cartoons with K's, because the original Crazy Cat was a crazy with a K. Crazy Cat cartoon.
Okay. We're getting sappy here. We're gonna go with Led Zeppelin because
Sappy. Em, I'm gonna say my mom. You want to talk about Sappy? I'm gonna say my mom for Em.
okay, I love you guys.
I love my mom.
I love my mom too. So my mom and dad. It was my dad's 87th birthday and their 56th anniversary. And I must announce that I'm gonna be a grandpa, so
That's awesome. You are? Are you really? That's cool. You make a good grandpa.
all right. L M
N is for, I said M is for my mom, so you're on. N is the next letter. N is after M.
No, I'm not. All right, go ahead. Your letter.
Are we switching it at the middle alphabet? We switch to N, so my turn is
Yeah.
N for my nightly talks with Phil. These are my favorite things.
O is for the origin of. O is for I'm intrigued by science and the origin of what's really out there. We are such a small.
Keep going. Explain that. Elaborate.
I mean, what is really we can't find
Big Dipper, Small Dipper, Orion's Belt.
we can't find something blocks our mind to go to where we're a small little thing, and
Seen a.
and I'm trying to talk to people, and you can't.
You would feel just
Origin stories by Phil.
Okay.
For P, I'm gonna say P, I'm
You
gonna
gotta
say my
pee
puppy
now.
dog, Scooby. My pup. Pup named Scooby Doo, right, Scooby? He wants to go outside, but it's too cold.
Okay. Q. Oh,
Sure.
Q, sure. Q is the quest. What is the quest of life? What is your quest of your goal? What is your quest? What do you want to conquer? What do you want? What is your goal? What is your quest? Okay, good.
To achieve level 2, at least. In quest to go. QR, I'm gonna say my favorite thing that starts in R is remembering the good times. I like remembering the good times. I don't remember the bad times. I like remembering the good times. Like tonight's show with Jake Knobby and Marshall Ingrassia and our friend Kristin Glenn. That was some good stuff, you can't be replaced. Can't be faked.
Okay, I'm just a simple word, sweet. For S, sweet. It has nothing to do with, I like the word sweet.
Oh, can I do F again?
It's a positive word, sweet. Everybody should have a positive word in their day. Sweet. There's nothing wrong, or there's no, sweet is a great word.
Okay. For T, I'm gonna say Texas songwriters. So songwriters and not that there was a time in my life whenever I protested country and western music because they were force fed me, like they shoved it down my throat, all this country western music, so I protested for a while. But the more I got older and the more advanced brain I grew, I like it, and I like the simplicity of a Texas songwriter. So like a Robert Earl Keen or Lyle Lovett or somebody like that, or Willie Nelson. Texas songwriters. T.
pretty nice. You had music shoved down your throat.
Oh, it was horrible. But it was like, I don't know. I'll be honest. I'll tell you about more.
Horrible.
Like I should love the band Alabama, but it was played so much when I was a kid that I can't do it anymore. But now that I'm older, I kind of do like it again. Play me some mountain music. My grandma and grandpa used to, remember that song? That's the jam. Okay. Anyway, keep going.
U is for
It gave you a gateway.
you and me, man. 148 weeks, 47.
I think it's 147. I may have lost track. You guys know better than I
Yeah.
do. We might have done
Pretty
two
close.
146s.
Coming up on 3 years, right on, bud.
Yeah. I'll just crush your head. UV, I'm gonna say for V, my favorite things is I can't say that on the show. The variety of guests we've had, the variety of people that have been on our show, talk to us, the people that we've met because of our show, the musicians we've got to experience because of our show.
It's a great night.
There's a lot of stuff to look back on that we could probably look back on and be like, that was funny when we said that silly thing, but the music stuff that's going to be like the history of our show. I think. Good job, Chester.
W is for come here. Come here. Well, why are we here? We're here because
Why? Because we like you. That's why.
Simple word is that because we can, but the reason we're here is because it's a boring answer.
You get ready to impart some serious knowledge upon
There
them.
is no because it's who we are, and whoever's watching, I miss you. I wish I could give you a hug, and all that. And it's a good thing we're just we're talking and we can't. It's kind of a new release of
I really can't see.
communicating when we can't. I guess it's a new form of technology, which it is. All right, I'll pass it on.
X is for extra helpings of whatever drink that Laura has in her hand.
Okay. Y is for yes. Yes is a great word.
You love why? How do you get Y every time? It's always yes.
I didn't say the band though.
Okay, it's not the band, but F is for fun. So Z, I'm gonna say my favorite thing that starts with a Z, besides all the zippers on Michael Jackson's jacket, that's pretty cool. Our zebras are pretty awesome. Zebras are awesome. They're black and white horse-like animals. Xylophones are incredible, but I think that starts with an X, doesn't it? Dang it, hold on.
What are you getting?
I don't really like zoos.
Got
All
a
that.
cheat sheet over there. I can see him looking at this stuff.
It's okay.
I'm not cheating.
Don't care.
It actually go to my brain. There's nothing. I'm not cheating tonight. For Z, I'm gonna say my favorite thing is zip ties. No, because I don't really even use zip ties anymore.
Z.
Letter Z is one of my favorite things. You know what? I'm gonna give it for Z. For Z from camp. Z, this is for you. Thank you for accepting us into the Camp Shaw circle.
He never will. I love you, Z.
We love you, Z. So my favorite thing that starts with a Z is Z itself, or Z top maybe, because they got legs. Anyway, folks, it's Friday night. I hope you're having a good time. I hope you had a good time tonight. You enjoyed seeing us, see you. We had a good time, I think. Phil, did you have a good time?
Yeah, I guess I did.
You said sometimes we have to just sign off. At some point, we have to sign off.
Yeah, it's time to sign off. I'm gonna have chicken wings and watch a movie. I think I'm gonna watch an old classic, but I can't tell you. But I can tell you, it's gonna be that one or that one.
Love the Phil and Jon Zone, and
You should watch It's a Mad.
I wish I had that. Dude, that would be a classic.
Look it up. It's on YouTube. Look it up on YouTube.
whenever
We
we
have that.
Look it up on YouTube.
Okay, I will. That's what I want to watch. It's the old class, either one. Oh yes,
Free on YouTube.
got it. Mad world. So what I'm doing, I have
Thank you,
chicken
Phil.
wings, I'm gonna eat. Yeah.
a dream, make him the cutest.
My dog's fat. Are we still live?
Yeah, we are. We have to do the outro. Thank you, folks, for tuning in. We'll see you next Friday. Maybe not.
Peace, everybody. Everybody have a great Friday. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah.